Hi everyone, Jim Broyles here, and I'm so excited to have with me today Josh Sabrin, who is the owner and author of SIBOsurvivor.com, and he is just a wealth of information, and he's actually visiting us today from Thailand, so that's pretty exciting. And we are going to be talking about something a little different. So definitely around IBS and SIBO, but another healing modality that is more focused on the mind and really addressing the gut-brain connection and the role of the subconscious mind in healing your body. And so I'm really excited to dive in with Josh about this particular method of hypnotherapy. And Josh, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Going on. I'm super excited to be here and just chat and see if there's anything we can do to help other people and kind of explain an alternative type of treatment that could be helpful. So
awesome. I love that. And real quickly before we dive in to hypnotherapy and what it is and why we need to be considering it, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself and your personal journey?
yeah, definitely. So like you said, I created the site SIBOsurvivor.com, and I really wanted to create it just because I have lived with IBS and SIBO for a number of years, probably 4 years. It started to get bad in college, and then I kind of went through my own health journey of like searching for answers and trying different treatments and kind of studying research and doing all those things that a lot of people do. And, I've learned a lot. I've improved to the point where I can enjoy life better, which is amazing. I'm by no means, like, I don't claim I'm cured because I still have to manage the condition. And whether it's diet or, using hypnotherapy or anything else, whether it's occasional once in a while, antibiotic therapy or something like that. I still do have to manage, but I've gotten to a point where I'm much better than I was, and it's kind of been a passion now of learning, and that's why I created the site, just to see if I could help people with the knowledge that I've learned going through this process, so that maybe if they come down with this condition, they can maybe get to a better point quicker than what I did.
I love that. I love that. And yeah, I mean, it's very clear you're in a much better place health-wise if you can travel all the way to Thailand and live there for a while. I mean, just that act of traveling across the world, if you're not in a good place health-wise, that can take a huge toll on the body. So
Yeah,
you seem to be doing
definitely
great.
is. Yeah, and it's even like doing that, like, it was a challenge for me,
Yeah.
just living with this condition. So like you said, it's just for me to even think about doing that, I've come a long way. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really exciting and very encouraging to a lot of the people that are going to be watching this video as well. So, as mentioned, the focus and the topic of this is going to be all about hypnotherapy as a tool for IBS. So, I'd like to start off kind of high level because I think a lot of us probably have this preconceived idea of what hypnotherapy is, and it might not be totally accurate. So, can you tell us what is hypnotherapy?
Yeah, so just first to start off, kind of like you said, whenever someone hears the word hypnotherapy, they immediately have the thoughts of, like, going to the fair and seeing people on stage, or something like a circus, right? So it's like
Hmm.
they kind of have this weird idea about it where it's like hocus pocus and whatnot. But when we're talking about like a medical grade hypnotherapy, where a licensed professional, whether it's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, you know, does the therapy with you, it's much different than that. And what hypnotherapy is really, it's like I said, it's professional medical grade hypnotherapy, and it's a guided form of therapy, where the practitioner, whether it's through audio or whether you go to their office or their practice, they walk you through different meditations, different imagery, and they really kind of get into your deeper emotions and your subconscious mind to address, whether it's things in your past or things you've been kind of holding on to for a long time living with a condition. Because I know like not a lot of the latest research shows that IBS is definitely not all in your head. And I believe that as well. I believe it's mostly a microbiome issue, but I do believe there's a psychological component to it from my experience, because when you live with a chronic illness for a certain period of time, you start to reinforce habits and you start to reinforce different ways of thinking, whether it's panicking, whether it's anxiety, whether it's stress, and really a lot of worry due to eating and due to a lot of other things. So it really is important, whether it's hypnotherapy or any other form of getting to the subconscious mind and getting being able to change those beliefs that you've built up living with the illness. It's important for people, I think, and it's a component that a lot of people don't address. And like what I was going to say is, whether you use hypnotherapy or meditation or prayer or anything like that, I think those are all really important pieces of the healing process.
Yes.
So yeah, basically, like I said, hypnotherapy is a guided form of meditation done by a psychologist or a psychiatrist, where they walk you through different imagery, different calming exercises that are specific to your condition. And in the case of hypnotherapy for IBS, it's mainly called gut-specific hypnotherapy. So a lot of the calming techniques, the imagery, and the different processes that they take you through are specific to, IBS or the gut illness. So, yeah.
I think that's awesome. And I completely agree that it has to be something that is addressed along with the physical healing of the gut, right? Because, yeah, if you've dealt with something like this for a period of time, it stirs up a ton of anxiety and a ton of stress and a ton of worry and a ton of fear. And the more those feelings and those thoughts and those beliefs are, running through your mind and getting ingrained in you, the more that's what you're dealing with, right? And it's affecting you on a physical level, and really kind of addressing the role of the subconscious mind in healing, and knowing that even though you might be consciously telling yourself, I want to heal, I don't want to have this issue, I want to get better, your subconscious mind might be holding on to old beliefs, or holding on to worry and anxiety, and and so they're not matching up. And so it's interesting how the subconscious mind can really kind of hold you back from healing, until you start to change those patterns and those belief systems. So
yeah, definitely. And real quick, like I just want to say that the reason I even started to learn about it or came to trying it out myself is because a lot of times, like a lot of people, right, we get sick. Let's say we're diagnosed with IBS, maybe you test positive for SIBO, and you do treatment, right? Whether it's antibiotic therapy, elemental diet, herbal antibiotics, whether you use prokinetics, those type of things. And a lot of the time, I'd say a majority of people, myself included, the treatments help for sure. But a lot of the time they don't last for a long time. So I think it's really important to have a process or something else to use to help your body, because it's just, I just don't think it's the best thing to have to rely on consistent antibiotics over and over again. So and that's why I was excited to learn about hypnotherapy and to try it out myself, just because, it's natural, it's dealing with the subconscious mind, the gut-brain connection, and it's getting you to a point where you can calm your body down and allow it to maybe heal better, right? Even when you use those treatments.
Yep, absolutely. I totally agree. I think it's an amazing tool to use alongside any other treatments that you're doing, and something that you can truly do ongoing long term without any harmful side effects, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I'm a huge fan of hypnotherapy and meditation and prayer. And um, so when you started learning about hypnotherapy and kind of trying it out, had you tried different programs and working with different hypnotherapists, or did you just come across one that you found to be amazing?
Yeah, so I hadn't had a lot of experience. I was kind of just, I was interested in it just because I knew that, um, you know, stress did play a role. So I was basically started researching it, and I reached out to one of the leading hypnotherapists and kind of just started talking with him and about his results with IBS patients, and because and then I started diving into a little bit of the research about it too, and I was surprised to actually find that there was numerous studies showing that um, hypnotherapy in IBS patients is actually very effective in a lot of studies. So to me, that was kind of eye-opening, and it was just, I guess, kind of cool to see that it was another type of therapy that I could maybe test out and see if it helped. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah. So, in terms of the hypnotherapy program that you've personally used and that now you're actually offering through your website, can you tell us a little bit about it and what makes it different from others? Because I know there's a lot of different ones out there. I've personally tried others.
Yeah.
I found this one to be significantly better. So, can you tell us why it's different from others?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, there's a few main reasons really. I'd say number one is the hypnotherapist. His name is Michael Mahoney. He's been doing this for a long time. He's won numerous awards and has been helping people in private practice, as well as he developed this product, which is hypnotherapy, and it's specific for IBS. So that's another really cool thing about the product, is that he developed it specifically for IBS patients, because in the UK, he was finding that there was a lot of IBS patients he was seeing from other doctors, where they would basically send him patients because no other treatment was working. So he was kind of like a last resort for these patients to, let's say nothing else has worked, the doctor refers them to him, and then, he would take them through a hypnotherapy program and try to help them find relief. And he was seeing really good success and helping patients kind of improve their health and get better. So, he decided to create a program where anyone could use it in the comfort of their own home. And, it was professionally done with really good audio and whatnot. So I'd say he is really awesome. He's one of the best hypnotherapists. Number two, the product is specific for IBS, so it's gut-specific hypnotherapy. And what that means is basically that all the calming techniques, the visualizations, and basically the guided process that he takes you through in the audio program, it's specific for IBS, and all the psychological issues and anxiety and everything that comes with the condition is addressed in his program. So, I mean, I would say those are the main reasons, but it's really just, when I started to listen to it, I could just tell it was a really quality product because the audio was really good. He is really good at what he does. His voice is very calming. So I'd say that just off the top of my head, those are probably the reasons why.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I've really, really enjoyed it. So tell me a little bit about your personal experience with this program. How long have you been doing it? What sort of results have you gotten with it?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been using it for like over 2 months now. So I would say when I started, I actually noticed benefit pretty quickly. After the first, I'd say 2 or 3 sessions, I started to notice, like, after I was done, that my mind was really sharp. It was relaxed. It almost felt like, to me, like I had kind of practiced maybe a little bit of meditation. You know, I pray, but really, to me, it was like meditation on steroids. Like it was to the point where I got to, my mind was really calm, my body was really calm and relaxed, and it just allowed me to control my emotions and even my just control my body better. I don't know, it sounds kind of weird saying that, but you would have to actually kind of go through it to feel that. But so I started to notice benefits pretty quickly, and then, you know, I've continued to do it, and I found, like, honestly, it's I'm not going to say it's not a cure. Definitely, it hasn't cured me. Like, I still, but I found that it's been really helpful in the sense that, like, I usually do it maybe in the afternoon each day, and it really, like, helps my body to get back to the position or the state of, like, just really relaxed, in control of myself, in control of my thoughts, and able to really, like, there's something about relaxing your gut too. I never really learned that until I started doing this program, where, like, you could actually kind of help your gut relax. So that's been a really big benefit for me. I'd say those things, and I found it's a good tool for me to use ongoing, just to help.
Yeah, I love it. And I totally agree with, like, relaxing your gut. I know for me, like, when I feel stress and tension, I physically feel it in my gut.
Yeah.
And that just totally messes up my digestion, right? I mean, if your gut is super tense and tight, things aren't going to be working very well, right? And so learning how to relax, you know, your entire body, including your digestive system, is so, so important.
Yeah.
That requires training, you know,
Yeah.
and things like hypnotherapy. It's not something you can just, like, do voluntarily almost, you know, you really need to,
Yeah.
like, practice that.
Exactly. And it's like anything else. And he mentions it kind of in the later sessions a little bit, but
Mhm.
it's like anything else. Like, you have to put in the time, you have to do it, and, like, you know, work on it. Because even for me, like, as I've gone through the program and kind of done it consistently, it's been something I've really tried to work on and kind of notice when I go throughout my life too, is like, how tense am I right now? Or you know, it's amazing though, once you start to notice that, it's helpful just to notice it.
Mhm.
And I'd say the one other thing I've noticed too is just my brain as well. So, like, even kind of being able to relax your brain and your mind, I think it's really important.
It is. It is so important. I think everyone could benefit from this, even people without IBS.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Like, it's pretty awesome. And so, what is the name of the program?
Yeah, so the program is called the IBS Audio Program
Okay.
100. Yeah, and then if anyone's interested, they can check it out on my site. I have it on my site.
Perfect.
But I mean, the main goal of this talk is not, like, you know, I'm not selling anything. It's just, like, it's been helpful to me, right? And it's been a tool for me. And the reason I wanted to kind of offer it on my site for anyone who's interested is just because I really thought it could be helpful. Like you said, even for people without IBS, I think, like, just this process of, like, being aware of your tension, you know, the gut brain connection, all that stuff, it's been really helpful for me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I'm totally with you there. And we will include a link in the post that will direct everyone to the page on your website where they can buy the program. It's a very affordable program for everything that you get. I must say that it is very well put together. There's lots of instructions up front on how to walk through this program and what you can expect from it. And one of the things I love, because I'm totally a check the box type of person, is that you get this handout. So it's a 100-day program,
Yeah.
and it tells you exactly what session to listen to each day. And
Yeah.
then you can check off once you've done that. And so I love that. So it helps me keep on track. And the way
Yeah.
this program's organized, it seems to kind of work in a random order. So you listen to, like, there's 5 sessions and an intro commentary. And so day 1, you're listening to the commentary and session 1. And then
Yeah.
for a couple of days, you listen to session 1 again and again and again. Then you take a day off. And then eventually you get to session 2. And then you might go back to session 1. And then, like, after about 30 days, you get to session 3. And so it's really interesting. There is a truly a method to this program. Like, he did all of this for a reason. And
Yeah.
I think that's really powerful. And really committing to something like this for 100 days, I think, can be really helpful. I know for me, I've done it at different times of the day, but lately I've been doing it at night, like in my bed before I go to sleep. And you guys, I'm telling you, like, I will kind of drift off, and he says that's okay because your subconscious mind never sleeps, so it's
Yeah.
still listening.
Yeah.
But then when he counts down at the end to end the session, I wake back up.
It's amazing. It's honestly amazing. Yeah.
It's really, really cool. But then I
Yeah.
go right back to sleep, and I've been sleeping so well. Like,
Yeah.
I generally sleep pretty well, but I feel like I've just been sleeping deeper. And so
Yeah.
I've loved it. I've really
Yeah.
loved
And it's just like you said, like, I think it's cool because I actually experienced something similar, right? Where, like, when I was doing it at night, like, I'd even, like, kind of fall asleep a little bit,
it.
right? But
Mhm.
then at the end, wake up and it's like, it's an interesting, you have to do it, right? To, like,
Yeah.
know how it feels, but it gets your body to such relaxation. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it is. It's really, really neat and super, super helpful. I think if you're someone that's watching this that has been struggling with IBS or SIBO, and you're still not fully healed or fully recovered, stress is an issue, this program is going to be super helpful for you.
Yeah.
And so I really encourage you to click on the link below and check it out and consider it, because it's another tool that you can implement into your different healing modalities. It's super easy to do. The sessions are about 30 minutes, and it is just going to truly help you feel better overall. And so I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention that one of the cool things is, like, usually for hypnotherapy in the like, let's say someone with IBS wants to do hypnotherapy in person. Usually, most of the time, they'll go to a hypnotherapist office or a psychiatrist or someone like that, and they'll have to go there and keep going back. And usually, it's not even for 100-day duration, right? So I thought that was the cool another benefit with this program is that you can do it at home. Like, I usually do it either on the couch or on my bed with, like, a blanket on, so super relaxing. And then, like you said, it's only 30 minutes, and it's just cool. You can do it in your home, and you can do it for 100 days, so you really get the full benefit out of it. And he's been Michael Mahoney, the creator of the program, has been testing and researching this for, it's been probably 15 years, I think.
Wow.
So he kind of, over time, he's kind of helped develop that process to make it good. So
It's so cool. Yeah. And yeah, to be able to do this from your home for 100 days or even ongoing past that, I mean, you can get the whole program for truly less than one appointment with a psychiatrist
yeah,
or a hypnotherapist. So yeah, it's super convenient. And everyone, in our society today, with all the busyness and the stress, convenience is a good thing, right? So,
yeah.
so definitely go check it out. Josh,
And then
thank you so much for being with us and sharing a little bit. Are there any final thoughts or anything you want to share?
I'd say I just want to add one last thing because I forgot to mention that there's numerous studies that have been done on hypnotherapy for IBS. So, I mean, a lot of them have been done in Europe. So they use it more in Europe, I found. But even recent, as of 2012, 2003, showing that, 50% of IBS patients who went through hypnotherapy were responders. So
Wow.
There's legitimate scientific evidence for hypnotherapy too. So I just wanted to mention that because, a lot of times people need some evidence. They need, something to kind of allow them to try something. And there has been numerous studies, and that's what helped me to try it as well. So I just wanted to mention that.
That's awesome. And it is. It's so, I don't know, reassuring to know that there are clinical studies that have been done on it to show the significant benefit. I mean, a 50% response rate is powerful. That's better than most drugs. So, so yeah, you really can't deny those numbers and that fact. So thank you for sharing that.
Cool.
Well, good.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And I know it's late where you are, so I hope you can do a hypnotherapy session and drift off to good sleep.
Exactly. Yeah, I probably will.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And we'll talk again soon. Okay.
Sounds good.
Bye.